Welcome to Velosio's Raving Fans Start From Within podcast. I'm Robbie Morrison, CEO of Velosio. Today I have David Buggy with me. David, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe some of your passions or hobbies?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. So as Robbie said, I'm Dave Buggy. I'm the Vice President here of Customer Engagement and Power Platform. And I'd say I'm probably most passionate about the technology and really making that line between the technology and what real world problem that it's going to solve and the impact it's going to make on our client. When I'm off the clock, I'm typically probably in my garage working on cars, spending time with my granddaughter, or really kind of consuming information about technology and what's going on in the industry.
Oh, that's great. I tend to spend a lot of my time consuming information around technology and how that technology impacts the world around us. So we'll have to share notes, but I find a lot of interest in that as well. Me and my dad used to work on cars together, but I got to tell you, I haven't got to spend much time really working on cars or enjoying cars much recently. I heard you had a really nice one that I need to ride in sometime, so you'll have to you have to share that. Well, how long have you been with Velosio now, David?
So I am now in my 7th month. I came aboard in June when Velosio acquired my business, Strava, which was, as you know, a Velosio partner. We were a Strava's cloud partner, and we're doing that for a couple of years, and then deepened our relationship to start bringing Velosio in to work on the ERP side of deals. And at that point, it just made a whole lot of sense to come aboard Velosio. So it's been 7 months now.
Yeah, I remember the first call when I asked you if there was any interest, and it was awful nice to hear that there was some interest in coming over to Velosio full time. It's been great, and you really made a huge impact. I'm awful proud of that. So you said a little bit about the business you started before, but what were you doing before Velosio, and how did that, round out to being Strava, and how did that get you here?
Yeah, so I always like to start as I came aboard Velosio with reminding Keith that I hadn't had a boss in about 30 years prior to joining Velosio. And I have to say, it's refreshing, right? I don't have to be the end-all decision maker. It's great collaboration, so that's not a bad thing. But before Velosio, I had founded 3 businesses in the Microsoft Partner Channel, the last of which was Strava Technology Group. And Strava basically was a full project lifecycle services firm for the CE portion of Dynamics 365, and also Power Platform. We had developed the Power CRM product.
Great. I got to tell you, it's been awesome to have your entrepreneurial spirit as part of the company and be able to take advantage of those great tools and solutions you built for our clients and your clients previous to that. It's interesting. We have the same basically journey. I never worked for anybody else until I joined my business with what's become Velosio. Sure. And it's been an interesting journey. Hopefully you continue to love it as much as I do.
Sure.
So maybe a little fun. What's a hidden talent you have that might surprise me or some of your other coworkers?
Yeah, I'd say probably a hidden talent would be that I can fix almost anything. Literally from lawnmowers to building a stone fireplace. I'll watch a YouTube video and figure it out, and I'm a very kind of do it to learn it type person. It frustrates my wife to no end that, I can pick things up really quickly. But that's probably a hidden talent that maybe not a lot of people know is I can fix just about anything.
That's awesome. I'll have to utilize that talent sometime. You might help me fix some stuff, but that sounds good. That's always been something I enjoy do is tinkering with different things and learning how they work and putting them together or fixing them when I have the time to actually work on it. That's right. Never built a stone fireplace though, but that sounds fun. So what's the most Velosio thing you've ever experienced or you've experienced in the last 7 months?
I tell you, and it's probably the number 1 or 2 reason that I'm here and I decided to come aboard with Velosio is just the incredible willingness across the entire organization to jump in and help with anything. It just continues to amaze me, the culture that you've built in this organization and the help and just enthusiasm people share with you on any problem, challenge, topic that you have at hand. Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. That's really great. It warms my heart. So was there a moment since you've been with us, since you've been running the CE and Power Platform business, where you thought, yep, this is the right place for me? This was a good decision.
I would say there's been probably too many to count. Again, it kind of goes back to that point of just getting the amazing support across the company. And I mean, it could be anything from a simple accounting issue to a major technical problem within a project. We have people, online at 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, helping fix problems. And again, it runs the gamut of topics. And you could ask somebody that, isn't even a part of the area that you may have a challenge with, and they will jump in wholeheartedly and help you out. So I'd say there's probably too many to count, honestly. But, back to the reason I'm here, it was really a combination of interactions with you and Keith Godey and Keith Soldan, for sure, who's just an amazing guy, who I continue to love to collaborate with and wish I could collaborate with more. But lots of different smaller, wins that happen almost every day here, quite honestly.
Well, that's awesome. I've heard about you doing the same thing and you really rolling up your sleeves to help others. And I believe that as we do that for each other, it just continues to fuel that mentality of not building a wall around ourselves and knowing that sometimes we got to go out and help people and help others to succeed. And as we always say, succeeding is a team sport, and us going out there and winning together is how we're going to be successful and make our clients happy. And more than anything, we want to make sure that our clients are successful and succeeding. So it's great to hear that the team's really embracing that. It's really nice to hear that. It
really fuels itself, right?
Yeah.
It becomes its own fuel when you have that kind of culture in the organization, and still amazes me to this day.
Oh, that's great. So what's something that you've learned from a teammate? Maybe one of those teammates that helped, or maybe not, just that in passing that you ran into that really stuck with you?
Yeah, I'd say it goes back to the first business that I started, that we kind of coined a term that we used for 18 years, which was great work leads to more work. And that is so very, very true. That, when you do the right thing by the client, by the organization, by your teammates, that comes back in spades. And sometimes, as you know, Robbie, right, taking the hard road can be a little bit painful sometimes, right? But if you do it consistently, and that will just come back and pay off in spades going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that's where we talk about creating raving fans. I'm a big believer that when you go above and beyond, do what's right for the customer, do what the customer needs, it really is the right way to grow a business. You grow a business by being a partner, not by just being a vendor, and really going above and beyond to make sure that they're successful. So that's great to hear. So what's your favorite way to celebrate a win, a big or a small win, when you have one?
Yeah, and I believe in both, right? Not just the big ones that everybody rallies around, of course, but, the small wins. And I think that the best way is sharing that success with the team. Quick shout out goes such a long way toward, recognizing someone for what they're doing in the organization. So I'm a big proponent of making sure that, you call out the wins, whether big or small, because, we all hear about things when they don't go well. So I'm always and that's true in my personal life too, that, restaurant, get great service, talk to the manager and say, hey, I had great service here. I will definitely be back. And it's just amazing. Again, talk about kind of how that fuels things. It's probably my favorite thing to do to celebrate a win.
That's awesome. That's sharing that. That's awesome to hear. I probably could do a better job at that too. So maybe remind me from time to time to show that appreciation and that call out. I definitely feel it, but maybe sometimes I get too busy and forget to tell everybody how happy I am with all the great things that we're doing.
He feels it though, Robbie. We really do.
Oh, thank you. Well, Well, maybe in closing, maybe you can share some of the best advice you've ever received. Maybe what's the best advice that anyone ever gave you?
Yeah. So I have to continue to remind myself of this because, I like things to be perfect, right? So I'd say it's probably focus on progress, not perfection. And that, perfect is the enemy of good. And that's so true sometimes in software, right? That you could focus on perfection and never get off the ground. So I'd say that's probably one that I remind myself of a lot is focus on the progress and not perfection. That'll come.
No, that's a good one. Yeah, we probably ought to get that tattooed on our foreheads because in software, if you try to get to 100% before you start really sharing and talking about it, you're definitely not being agile, but you're also probably never going to get to 100%. So
sure,
that last 20% is tough. So,
right.
Well, that's great, David. Well, I really appreciate you letting me do this little interview and record this podcast with me. And with that, we'll close out. Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity.